Hi everyone, Nuju Metru here, bringing you BZPower's review of LEGO set 10255, the long-awaited assembly square. Clocking in at about 4,000 pieces, this is the largest modular building made to date, and also commemorates the 10th anniversary of this series. Now, it's an extremely detailed set. Watch on to see an in-depth breakdown of all my favorite details, an analysis of all the new parts and design of this model. Assembly Square comes with a number of new and interesting parts and recolors. So I'll start with bag 1. In bag 1 we have this corner tile part, which is appearing in dark blue as well as in light blay. And you also have the cut corner tile part, which we have in this bag in light gray, in dark gray, and in white. In bag 2 we have this angled window or door holder part in black. We also get some snot bricks, one in sand green and one in dark green. We get a 1x2x3 down swoosh in dark blue. There's this blended parrot. I don't think we've seen a blended parrot like this for a couple of years, actually. So we get it in blue and yellow. There's the 4-length axle, which I believe this year has started coming out in red. There's two parts which have clip holders. One is the new bar and clip hold hinge, and then you get a 1x2 plate modified with the clip holder in dark tan. The clock face, I think, is a new print. It's very elegant, got some fine detailing on there. And then one of the minifigures in this bag comes with the hairpiece in the Anakin hairpiece in dark gray. In bag 3 we get these inside window or inside arch window latticed parts. We get a couple of 3.18 connection elements, one of these with the bar hole in light gray. We also get this part, the new rounded bar connector, modified plate with a 3.18 connector. We get 3-length axle in apple green and also this claw element in that color. We get a stud with a hole in the middle, which is in trans orange. I believe, I'm not sure if these parts are new in this color or not, but we get this torch piece in tan and also this castle window in tan. There's a couple of rounded tiles. First off, the 4x4 arch tile here. Also some of these corner tiles. We get plain in tan, plain in black, and then also printed with a pie slice, which is very cute. We get this claw, or tooth, whatever you want to call it, in yellow, and we get a little baby chihuahua, which I believe is new for this year. Bag 4 we get a couple of new snot pieces, including this one, which we saw on the blockhead line of sets for the first time. Also this, it's a snot brick, but it only has studs on two sides, so it works for corners. We get some parts in white, this arch bit in white. We also get the slope with a tile on top attached in white, and a window filling part in white. There's the Nexo Knights projectile with a ball and a bar in dark gray. You get a 2x2 dish in silver, a couple of those. The new round tile 2x2 in light gray, we get those. There's also 1x1 cylinders in gold. Some nougat cheese slopes, which I don't know how new those are, but there's plenty of them here. And a 2x2 plate with jumper middle in sand blue. In bag 5, we get that same new slope and tile part in dark gray. We get a double-sided textured brick in sand blue. There's the ballerina tutu element, which we saw on one of the Batman collectible figures in white. Also the Mr. Incredible hairpiece in brown. We get one of these crenellation sort of decorative elements in white. Also that angled door part that I showed you earlier, but now in white. The set comes with, in this bag, a number of these sort of tooth-shaped tiles. And also we get the mirror element, which we saw already in the barber shop in Detective's office. Bag 6, we get this 2x3 printed tile with a cafe corner set on the front of it. We also get the two halves of the Nuju baby parts, which just go together like that. We get a Nexonite spire in white, I guess I'd call it the toilet seat element in brown, which I believe is a recolor. Also this round tile with hole in the middle in tan, a chicken in unprinted white, which is, I believe, a first as well. The new color of 3-length axle. We get this plant stem in dark orange. There's the corner rounded tile in light gray. And also this Ninjago skeleton arm appearing, I believe, for the first time in black. Let's take a bit of a guided tour of the details of the assembly square. First we'll start at this cafe corner homage and the coffee sign out front. There's some lovely furniture pieces here. There's delightful tables and also chairs which make use of the new curved tile elements. Look at the fantastic floor or pavement detailing here, and also on the other side near the bakery, and of course the fountain. That's just some fantastic use of these new elements. You can see the elaborate glass front of the flower shop, also with these lovely roses on top. And the baker shop, which uses these garage door parts as windows, you can already see inside, and there's that detailed bridal cake and a little pretzel on top to tell you what kind of shop this is. Let's move up this building. There's some lovely brickwork duplicated across the 2 stories on the exterior using snot tiles. I love these little awnings here. And the round shape achieved especially down at the bottom of this tower, which continues all the way up to its pinnacle. Up top also this chicken little sculpture bit is, just a wonderful little last detail. On the inner building we have you can see, I'm not sure if you can tell in the video, but the upper window part is actually white, entailing a lowered blind for the photography studio. These bucket pieces being used as roof elements is, I think, brilliant. And there's a little chimney over to the side there. Then here for the music studio dance building, I really like the detailing of the textured sand bricks, and also these protruding window banks are fantastic. This balcony and door up there, the molding on top of the building is just gorgeous, I think. And if you can see down in the corner here, there's actually a little alleyway reminiscing the detective's office from a previous modular building. So first we'll look at the little coffee shop on the first floor. There's lovely details in here. There's the counter back where the employee is working. Little plates with, I guess, a pie on both of them. This couch and chair, which match up with each other. A lovely sort of patterned carpet. It's very fun details. And then a staircase, of course, to go up to the next floor. And here's a look at the flower shop, which conveniently has this easy-to-remove wall section. If you go down in here, you can see there's a bunch of different kinds of flowers over in the corner. The cashier register has a nice lifting up sort of flap for going behind the desk. And back over here, there's that parrot we saw earlier on a little stand. I love the tile pattern of the floor and the diversity of flowers that they included here. The bakery has some lovely details as well. You can see there's all these different cakes and pastries here, and some behind this glass front counter. There's a little cash register. And something I really like is, aside from these, there is a gigantic wedding cake, which we'll see in more depth later. A fun little play feature: if you push a bar back here, you can open up the oven like that and push out some pastries. Very nice detail. Moving on to the second story, here's a view of the music shop. You have a drum set back here and a saxophone and 2 guitars on the wall and this little register. I really like the way that they, the brick artist here, shaped the drum set especially. And here we are looking at the photographer's studio. I love the way that this roll paper has been achieved. There's of course the brick-built camera, which we'll look at in more depth later. And over on the far wall, there's a, behind this photographer, I guess, there's another lens and a portrait, which we can maybe assume the photographer took himself. Here's a look inside the dentist's office. You can see here's the detailed medical chair with all these moving parts. There's this, I think, really lovely sink. You can even see there's a drain hole built in with some medical equipment on top. Even a little waiting room with a small desk and this this quaint little couch. I think this is probably one of my favorite rooms in the set. Finally, onto the third story, there's this ballet studio in the blue building, which, as you can see, has a little mirror for the ballerina to look at on next to her bar, and a brick-built piano that I'm very much a fan of. And we'll take a more in-depth look at that a little bit later. There's a little barbecue area up top behind those shovel roofs. Here's the grill and some, I think, forks and pans, a little dining set, and I really like the little inclusion of the thorny plant there. Adds a bit of character to this room. Last but not least, there's the AFOL apartment, which has this detailed train set here. There's a little Volkswagen camper and other little Volkswagen. We have the small cafe corner mini set, very meta of Lego to do that. Then there's a detailed bathroom and toilet there, a little kitchenette. Here's the Eiffel Tower model in the corner, and a detail I love and didn't expect is that this couch, if you can see, actually turns into a futon. Very cool attention to detail here. So examining some of the smaller builds, or the little fun details of the set as well as the minifigures, let's get started on that. This is a baby carriage with the new baby, which has a turnable head, like we saw before. Lovely sort of detailing. I like the shape of the bassinet and back there. And here's our cafe worker carrying one of those pie slices on a plate. I really like the furniture outside the coffee shop, these chairs with the rounded fronts, and this very elegant, slim outdoor table. And of course the little chihuahua there on the chair. And here's the florist with this lovely arrangement of flowers. I think especially this technique of you can see the stem going down into the vase is genius, and I really like all of the color on that detail section there. Here's the baker with this gigantic wedding cake. I love the little gold frosting detail up top, and especially the bride and groom statuettes. Of course, here's the photographer and his camera. The photographer looks very artsy with that beret and mustache. The camera itself is fantastic. I love the little tripod, which is articulated, and even details down to the accordion-ness up top. Fantastic. And this flashbulb used using a diamond piece, I think it's just wonderful. Here's a look at the dentist. He has a new printed little dentist thing, torso, and this chair, which has so much detail, down to the little, well, the lights is separate, but It's got all this articulation up top. There's a little, sink on the side here, and this movable tray. And of course, the seat can lean back as dentist chairs do. The musician and the ballerina here. The musician having this new receding hairline piece that I pointed out earlier, or at least new in the color. I love the little rounded stool of the piano, as well as the piano itself, down to the pedals, 3 pedals, and it's shiny and black and elegant. The sculpting on the sides there, and even this raised flap. It's just it's one of my favorite Lego pianos I think I've ever seen. And then here's the AFOL at the train table. I love how, paying some homage to the Lego trains crowd, there's a little tunnel that goes through, and this one car that I guess goes around the track. Overall, I found Assembly Square to be a magnificent Lego set, which isn't a word I use very often to describe Lego. It's so wonderful. The detail, the new parts, the careful thought that went into every single facet of this build, the way that it pays homage to everything that's come before it, the way it pays homage to fans. I really couldn't recommend this set highly enough. So if you're willing to invest in this lovely, lovely, lovely set, I highly recommend that you do so. Alright, thanks for watching. If you want to see more of this review, there's a text image on BZPower.com. You can also find on that website plenty of other LEGO news, discussion, reviews, etc. to satiate your thirst for the brick.